Hello and welcome to Boarding Party's D&D campaign. Featuring Bentley Woods, CJ, D. Blackwater, Milo Reuter, and Phoebe Wilheim. I'm Drew, the Game Master for the Laris region. Victorious in their Fola City challenge, the Flock set out for Newtry to conquer their fears in another round in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and welcome back to yet another of Montgomery's gym sessions. Today, Montgomery, you're closing in on the final gym. Closing in.
Yes.
2 to go.
Yes.
Officially. You've got Newtry. You've got Ediola.
Mm-hmm.
And so the question falls to you, Montgomery. Where to first?
Newtry would be the one we're going to go to next. It is both on the way and the last one that we have like kind of intel for. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then Newtry it shall be. Taking off from Fola City Gym when last I left you. Flying to the east towards Newtry. It's about a 40-minute flight for a superpowered bird. Such as yourself.
Yes.
Off you go. Leaving behind the concrete jungle that is Fola for a more subdued, natural forested area that is the Newtry Reserve. See the giant obsidian tree that stands in the middle of town. Demarcated as the Newtry City Gym. Some of the Reuter squad has been through this before.
Yes.
They've been hardened.
Yes.
In the crucible of fear.
This is true.
So they know a little bit of what to expect here, but not everything. As you fly on in, Newtry is a very different place from the last time we were here, as are many of the places in the region, to be fair. As we may or may not remember, Mayburn, the town just to the south of Newtry, was cratered, was the words that were used. And a lot of that devastation is not too far off from Newtry, especially from the air. You are able to see a just cosmic-looking crater. It almost looks as though a meteor impacted down there. There's just no sign of life. There's a point in the Newtry forest where life gives way to a monochrome landscape of ash. And it's very disheartening to look out and see what should be bustling life and sort of large fields, swaths of land, growing food, and as we may remember, the cheese that is produced in Mayburn, a single throwaway line in an outro that I totally forgot to do anything with. There was in fact a cheese production facility in Mayburn. There is no longer. The cheese has stopped.
It no longer has a cheesy smell.
Yes. But there are a number of eerie critters. So, Monty, as you're flying, go ahead and throw me a perception. We'll see how much Joel gets to know.
Okay.
About what may be lingering in Mayburn.
A whopping 8.
A whopping 8. Okay. There are countless shapes in motion out there. And none of them linger near one another. They are not the sort of rocky lads that you have seen left, right, and center, every which way. They have no presence here. What does linger is a horrible insult to life as you know it in the humanoid sense. You just see long, spindly tendrils held together in roughly creature-like shapes. They're just amorphous sort of spindles that just lurch around this abandoned landscape, looking for any amount of nutrients or anything that they can soak up. It looks like veins just moving from one patch of ground to the next. But there's not a whole lot of detail that you're able to glean, and you kind of just shake your head and focus up on what's to come as you finally land in Newtry.
Okay. This Monty is gonna fly down to Newtry and release the squad.
Release the squad.
Between himself and Titania, have a chat with the crew. Gonna see Arjan scouting the land and ask if he wants to pursue, in a similar situation to Fola, some local cuisine, to which he will say yes.
This might be the first place that Arjan got to do that. Like, really, truly, when you guys did your big family cookout.
Yes. We made a pancake feast, if
Yeah.
memory serves.
Back to the roots.
So
The Reuter roots.
Monty and Titania are going to discuss. Last time they were here, it was Monty, Bullet, and Titania that took on this gym. And they want to give Moonraker a shot in this gym. Because Moonraker hasn't really experienced too much of like more intensive combat. He was in the manor when all that happened, but not too much happened in that front. So they want to give him this opportunity to experience it. And then they're also going to send in their respective proteges, which is going to be Shimmer for Monty and Eunice for Titania, to round out the group. And Arjan is going to request Derby, Wesley, and Gustavo's assistance because he has been here and he knows what's available and what he wants to do. And he is going to take them with to the Combi honey stand.
Oh, heck yeah. We're going back to our roots. Do you want to know where those notes are? In the Notepad free app on my phone. I'm not even kidding. Last edit, January 23rd, 2021.
Jeez.
It's still here, baby. I still got it.
And Atticus will also join in this instance.
Okay. Moonraker,
Yes.
Shimmer,
Yes.
Eunice.
Yes.
Having been in the presence of a trainer with the Newtry City badge, does steal one's senses for fears both mundane, cosmic, spiritual, otherworldly, any other Dan Aykroydism that you want to throw in there.
Cool.
Paranormal, supranormal, extra planar, you know, all those things.
Yeah. Or
buzzwords.
As I just wrote in my note, lunar gooblies.
Lunar gooblies. Yes. Very good. That's eerily close to what I wrote. So here we are. So as you guys walk through the door of Newtry City Gym, it's a bit like being unaffected by Mysterio, where you see the inside of a large tree, and you see the sort of hovering spectral visage of a woman that you know is named Deirdre, but you've never interacted with.
Yes.
Milo sort of did for a bit, and then she was just gone. But you see her standing in the room, surrounded by a number of mirrors, as she just sort of tilts a head sideways, noticing that 4 or 5 Pokemon just walked into the gym. 1, unattended. 2, and more shocking for her, unaffected by the just sort of area. This ambient fear that just radiates out. But she maintains her composure. Tries to keep it cool, act like this is what's supposed to happen. And as she takes a few like hovering steps forward, all of the mirror images, she's sort of floating ominously, and there's a lot going on, and there's some mist and smoke pooling in the room.
Nice.
As she will just beckon to the arena in front of you that is a relatively small space, and hold her hand out, and one of the mirrors will lift up. She'll usher you sort of through, and there's a downward staircase.
Ooh, cool.
A place that no one really noticed because they were trapped in a prison of their own making
Okay.
last time.
Okay.
But she ushers you down the stairs
Okay.
into a large combat space. Her own shadow will pool out from beneath her and fold to the other side as a Gengar.
Ooh.
Which of the Reuter team would you like to send out first for this single battle extravaganza?
Boy. We're going to send out Moonraker.
Moonraker.
Yeah.
Okay. Moonraker. Go ahead and roll initiative, pal.
Okay.
Newtry Gengar sort of sizes up Moonraker.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty small guy,
Yeah.
but he's getting bigger. He's a schmedium right now.
Okay.
And just kind of holds 2 fingers to each temple, closes his eyes, and then flashes them open and goes, "Ah!" Does the Gengar tongue. And you just make a wisdom saving throw, Moonraker.
Unnatural 20.
And you shake off the effects of hypnosis.
Nice. Well done.
As the Gengar goes, "Blah!" Moonraker, you just look and you go, "I'm not afraid. I've never been afraid. Not of you, not of anything." Yeah.
Moonraker's going to see that face and try to spray water at it with
love
a
it.
water gun.
Get him. Get him, Chief.
It'd be a 23 to hit.
Good Lord, yes.
It's because the choice specs boost on
Yeah.
his first
The
ranged
single
attack.
choice spec.
Yes.
He's choice spec'd for this.
For 15 damage.
Holy
water.
cow.
That was a
Okay.
great opening.
Very strong start, Moonraker. As he's going, "Blah!" You just start to waterboard him. You start drowning a ghost, completely unafeared. It will kind of start to reel from that, pull up this big orb of shadow, and fling it towards you.
All right.
He gets a dirty, filthy 20. Moonraker, you have 10 points of ghost damage coming in.
Okay.
As the shadow ball kind of smashes into your beak, leaves a little bit of ethereal burning all over your face. You dust yourself off. You get that dirt off your shoulders.
Moonraker's going to take this time to set up heavy rain, activating
Okay.
red sky at morning.
All right, rain begins to fall in the area. We have some heavy rain coming in. Very strange to be indoors and suddenly there's a thunderstorm roiling
Yeah.
around you. There's the shadow of a shady ghost off in the distance through the rain. He is not a water type, and as such, he's not super pleased by this outcome. However, through that rain, particles just start to separate as another shadow ball is rolling towards you.
Okay.
However, this time it's only a 12.
That does not hit.
Okay. You elegantly duck. You tuck your wings in. Nothing gets past the X.
Nice.
Fold it back out. Maintain T-pose.
Beautiful. All right. Moonraker's going to try to go for another water gun for a 17 to hit this
That
time.
will still hit.
All right. 8, 11, 12 more water damage.
12 more. Okay. This Gengar showing a bit of wear and tear as much as a ghost can. Its shadowy form is kind of loosely held together. Looks like he's slightly out of focus. He's going to just sort of fold into the ground and then reappear right in front of you and go, blah, blah, blah. We got to make another wisdom save. He's going for it.
'Kay.
He's going big. He wants to get you.
Oh, unnatural 20.
You are completely unfazed, Moonrakers. He leaps
Nice.
out of the ground and just kind of starts flailing at you. You're like, you didn't even mortally wound me after doing that. It's like, these ghost effects are weak, bro.
Oh, yeah. We are going to gut reaction gust to try to push him away.
Uh-oh. Okay. Sure.
It's a strength save.
All right. He's really good at those. That's a 12 minus 3 for a 9.
He fails.
Yeah, he is a ghost.
All right.
An incorporeal ghost. Not the strongest.
For 7 flying damage.
7 flying. Okay. As he leaps up and he's trying to be scary, he just gets carried away and he's like wisping out into this gust and he's like, even though you've resisted his hypnosis, you're right next to him. He's gonna just try to like bite down with his little ghost face on you. He's gonna go for a Dream Eater, but you've not been hypnotized, so he gets a dirty 20 to hit.
Okay.
But the damage is not what it could be. But it may still be pretty good. We'll find out. It's 5. It is 5 points of ghost damage.
Okay.
As he clamps onto you and tries to like siphon some energy, but he fails.
And then I get a 13 to maintain the rain.
Very good. Very much sufficient.
All right. And then Moonraker's going to try to go for another water gun.
I love it.
A critical hit.
This could do it, honestly, with the rain boost and the crit.
11, 15, doubled to 30 water
30.
damage.
Okay, it doesn't kill him. 30 water damage. But he does go from totally fine to mortally wounded. As you surpass the bloodied condition entirely. He doesn't have blood. He's ghostly wounded. You launch a water gun to rival all others, and you like blast off an arm and then a leg and then like part of the head, and then it kind of reforms, but it's not as good. He's like very smooth in those parts. He's not as spiky anymore, and he's looking incredibly unwell, and he's just going to try to go out swinging by throwing a shadow ball at you.
Okay.
He gets a 14 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Incoming. This is 9 points of ghost damage.
Okay.
As he's barely held together, he lobs a shadow ball into you.
And we only get a 6 to maintain rain.
Okay, the rain will stop momentarily as you see this Gengar just...
Can Monty do an insight check to see... I guess I'm trying to gauge strategically, like how towards the end of his rope he is.
Extremely.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it would be highly likely that you would get him in one hit.
Okay.
But he is below a quarter of his max.
Okay. So, business as usual, but Monty's just going to be like, hey, don't worry about setting it back up. We're close enough. We don't want you taking the extra damage. He's going to go for a wing attack.
Okay.
For
Wingatron.
25 to hit.
Holy cow. Yeah. He's got it.
5 points of flying
5.
damage.
Okay, this bad boy's still alive. He's hanging in there. You cut your wing through him, and it doesn't hit as much as you would like because it's just he's incorporeal. You sort of disperse him for a second, and he folds back around. He's gonna try to he's gonna go for another Dream Eater. We'll keep it thematic. He crit.
Ooh, boy.
He's coming in. 5 doubled to 10 points of ghost damage. If only he had hypnotized first. But, alas.
All right.
He's just going to bite into you.
He's not looking so hot. He's going to try to wing attack him one more time. For an 18 to hit.
Yeah. Moonraker rolling really well.
6 more flying damage.
6 more. You're making me look like a liar because he's still alive. As you get him again for another 6. He's barely holding together. He's going to tumble out of your wings and just lob a shadow ball into you. Nope. Too much sauce on there. It's a natural 2 following the crit.
Okay.
So he gets an 8 total.
And Monty's going to give the order for Moonraker. He's going to
66.
do a gust. So it's a strength save.
Uh-oh. 10 minus 3 is a 7.
All right. That's 5 more flying damage.
You got him exactly.
Yeah.
So Moonraker, how in this moment, what could scare Moonraker?
What could scare Moonraker?
Yes.
Pennywise
is in front of you. He's ripping out the essence of your fear, and there's not much left.
Yeah.
But what could scare you?
Moonraker is scared of a thunderstorm that would overpower his brother, Doubloon, because the two of them, he's content with setting up rain and flying in the rain, but Doubloon works more in the wind. So like a heavy rain with lightning, and he's worried about it affecting his brother in arms, Doubloon.
Okay. This Gengar in its final moments reaches into your mind and takes the form of Doubloon as your gust is kind of carrying him away, and you go, I know my brother better than that. And you just disperse the illusion as the smoke dissipates. There's just a bewildered Gengar that is launched back into a dusk ball at Deirdre's side.
Nice. Well done, Doubloon. Or Moonraker, frickin' A.
Doubloon Raker.
Well done, Moonraker.
My question for you now is, does Moonraker remain out for the next bout?
There are 3, correct?
There are 3,
Okay.
correct.
Not this one. We're going to do a swap.
Okay. In that case, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative. Eunice, you hop out onto the field, and there's nothing here. You're waiting. You're looking around. And then suddenly, out of nowhere, there's a pair of claws that tries to rake you across the back.
Whoa!
And he gets a 23 to hit.
Jeez.
He's going to pop out from being Invisibill.
Sheesh.
Just like Sisu. 9 points. 9 points of psychic damage to you, Eunice.
Okay.
As a large set of like purple chameleon claws rake you across the back. And there's this big kind of like purple and blue chameleon just stood in front of you, tongue kind of lolling out, eyes just devoid. They're like a gyroid, just staring at you.
Scary.
How much for that clapback?
2 total.
All right. 2 total damage.
Yes.
As it carves through you, there's a bit of static and ice that shoot back in its face, and it remains visible.
All right. Eunice is going to set up her cotton guard and fluff up.
Okay.
But you can't do it again.
Okay. The Kecleon disappears.
Okay.
And it goes somewhere.
Okay.
And then it's your turn, Eunice.
Okay. Well, then we're going to set up a static guard then.
All right, I love it. Okay. You get ready to roll as leaping from like the top of this room is just a big tongue that launches down toward you.
Ugh.
It's pretty gross, right? Natural 1.
Oof.
As it sticks to the ground next to you, and it just kind of goes, and it gets attached there for a bit.
Well, we're going to roll some damage just for being in proximity. So 6 more. We'll do
6
some
more.
electric damage.
Okay, you zap his tongue, and he goes full Jar Jar Binks when he licks the pod racer, like a goon.
And Eunice is going to fire off a thunder shock.
Through the tongue.
Oh, natural 1.
Swings and roundabouts today here. Okay.
Oof.
All right, Eunice, you launch a powerful electric blast, and it arcs off into the tree up ahead, and some bark kind of rains down as the Kecleon is going to use its tongue that's lashed to the ground next to you to launch down from the roof, going in for another slash.
Okay.
He gets a 15.
Barely hits.
Okay.
On the nose.
He's going to get you for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Comes launching down. And
that's a physical slash, though?
that is a physical slash.
Even though
He's
it's
making
psychic
contact
damage?
with you.
All right.
Yes.
Well, 7 electric damage.
Oh, boy.
For touching my charged wool.
Yeah. The claws dig in, and you just...
Yeah.
You see his skeleton is going... And then it's your turn.
And then Titania is going to give direction. Instead of shooting it out because he's right next to you, summon it to you. Just like overclock and hit him with the being close to you. It'll arc. Just make it look cool.
Concentrate fire. Let's sire the troops.
21 to hit.
Just do it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For 11 electric damage.
Oh, no. You start to fry Squidward. Another psionic slash coming out.
Okay.
It's a good hit, though, from Eunice. No, it's a 10. Woo. Swings out towards you. Just goes wide. It clips like one little bit of the tundra wool, but it's so matted that it just goes... And just the pass through.
3 more.
3 more. Oh, boy. Eunice, you're standing full height. You're like a little lamb boxer ready to roll. All your hair's standing on edge. It's back to you. That was a big miss.
Yeah, we're going to go for a double-hoofed icy wind.
An ultimate punch?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Which is a dex save.
Okay. He gets a 6.
All right. Well done, Eunice.
Not a good save there.
5 ice damage.
5 ice. All right, you start to kind of freeze over this Kecleon. Eunice, what's something in this moment that could scare you?
Eunice is afraid of the Elgium currently because they are non-reacting. Like any effect of trying to intimidate it would go on deaf ears. Impressing them in order to get them to be scared wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And they're just a blank force that she's experienced.
All right. As you're staring at this Kecleon in this moment, its skin kind of shifts and shimmers over, and it just takes on this very like Boo Ghost white sheet look, and it just keeps those gyroid eyes, and there's no expression. It just stares in front of you.
Is it back to Eunice? Is it doing anything?
No.
So yes, it is back to
It's
Eunice.
back to
Okay.
Eunice.
And well, she's gonna try to focus harder on the icy wind she's doing to try to do another beam attack.
Okay. We're good.
12 to hit.
12 will miss.
Okay.
He's in your head for the moment, Eunice. You start to focus that ice beam in, and it just collides, and there's no impact of pain or anything. This thing's been kind of wincing and making little noises every time you've hit it, and there's nothing. And then it just disappears.
Uh-oh. She's gonna set up her static guard again.
Okay.
He's got to show himself eventually.
That he does. He's going to reappear like inches from your face and just kind of like try to jab you in the belly. He gets 2 2s at advantage from being invisible.
Yikes.
2 2s.
That's bad.
For a total of 8.
It's really bad.
Yeah. That's awful.
All right. Well,
That is
2
uncanny
ones.
luck.
So 2 damage coming back
Okay.
for being within proximity.
Yeah.
And then Eunice is going to try to just switch back to a Thunder Shock
Come on, Eunice.
for a 21 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll do.
And 12 electric damage.
12 electric. Okay. This weird sort of pillowcase Kecleon gets struck by lightning, and that visage just sort of falls away, revealing an ordinary purple Kecleon who is all burnt up like a little crispy piece of bacon.
Nice.
Whoosh. Gonna leap towards you. Roll a different die this time. See how we do. Ooh, 17.
Oof, that'll hit.
Okay. A little bit of DiMaggio. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 psychic damage to Eunice. But then he's going to take some clap back.
How about 12
12 more.
firing back?
Okay. He's officially mortally wounded as he like slams into you and just gets kind of electrocuted up the bod. There's just burn marks all around, and it looks like he's starting to fade, and for a moment you see a glimmer of fear in its eyes. And you're like, I am not my fear.
All right, we're going to do something cool or perhaps sacrilege. We're going to roll Nubster's ice dice to try to do an ice beam. Channel
Ice dice.
Inner Nubster for an unnatural 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. How about 6 ice damage?
You've used up Nubster's good roll. No. That's good. That's another 6 points. You focus that ice beam into the Kecleon and it starts to freeze his legs in place. And that tongue just kind of lolls out there, and it's got this weird, you know how chameleons is and all that. They have that extra like little tongue grabber.
Mm-hmm.
They got the little tongue and then the bigger part of the tongue. Yeah, that's going to shoot out towards you.
Yucky.
He's going to get an 18 to hit you.
Yes, that will hit.
Okay, incoming. Is 4 points of normal damage, technically Bloodgioning. But he does make contact with you. He's going to pull you as close as he can, even though it will hurt him. He's just tongue lash, brings you in.
11 more damage.
11 more? All right. On his turn, you've managed to put him down to like single-digit HP.
Nice. All right.
So, Eunice, carry it home.
While being pulled in, she's just going to do an icy wind at him, and he's got to do a dex save here.
Okay. That's an 8.
Okay.
The saves are not going well.
6 ice damage.
6. All right, Eunice. Your fear of things not reacting to pain or fear and intimidation in this moment is you just start grabbing the tongue and pulling him to you, and he's like, and it's like a fruit by the foot. You just channel an icy wind. You freeze the Kecleon in place. And where once there was that unfeeling mass is just raw fear as it's frozen solid in front of you.
Well done, Eunice.
Putting the Kecleon to -3.
Woo.
So, Eunice, would you like to remain out for the third?
No, we will swap again.
Okay. Who's coming out now?
We'll send out Shimmer this time.
Okay. Shim Shim. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
for initiative. Shim Shim, you are going exceptionally first.
Yeah.
As entering into the field is just this little puddle of jam. It just kind of slithers out. And then it folds its body as soon as it kind of hits the field into this big, like kind of droopy limbed, stitched together little puppet looking guy. It's just hanging there. It's got a zipper for a mouth, but it's still made of that same like purple jam. It just hits the field.
All right.
But you're up first.
Okay. Well,
You got a 4 on his initiative.
yeah, we are going to set up 1 agility stack to start.
Okay.
And bonus action dodge, because Shimmer's not sure what this thing's going to do.
Okay. He's going to do something scary and frightening because he gets to borrow the moveset of the creature he is pretending to be. And as such, it will unzip its mouth, open it wide, and this awful gas coalesces around you. You watch as the whole Ditto creature kind of shudders and suffers 3 points of ghost damage.
Oh, no.
As Shimmer, you feel a like psychic nail just driven into the front of your brain. You become
Yikes.
cursed.
Okay. Is anything happening this immediate turn or after my turn ends? Probably.
The end of each of your turns.
Okay. All right. Well, Shimmer's going to try to do a flame charge then
Okay.
for a 16.
That hits.
Okay. 11 fire and 3
Okay.
flying, so 14 total.
14 total. Okay, very good.
And then because she's afraid in this moment, we'll bonus action dodge rather than blink burst.
Okay, very good. As you fly in, smack into this Ditto bayonet mess, you leave a good scorch mark, some nice talon claws across there, and then you feel that curse take hold. Take 6 points of ghost damage.
Oof.
You just feel yourself being kind of drained away, and that nail just forces itself a little bit deeper into your forehead. And then the bayonet kind of continues with that open maw and that black gas pouring out. You just see this little red tuft just launches towards you. I'm going to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Okay. And then we're both going to have a good laugh because Shimmer's fire type. So Will-O-Wisp hits you and has no effect.
You fool!
You can't burn a fire type, but That was just me going, oh, cool, I'll do this and then this and then that. But it's okay. So, yeah, you get a freebie there as it tries to burn you, and you're like, fire cannot kill a dragon. But the Ditto's like, I'm not used to these moves, and neither am I.
Or we'll go for another flame charge and get a critical hit.
Oh, no. You're like, this is how fire works.
Yes, 5, 10, doubled to 20.
20. Holy cow. Okay, you blast in there.
Yes.
Deal 20 damage to the Ditto. Any other effects?
Just
dodging?
Yeah, we're going to dodge again.
Shimmer, you take 7 points of curse damage.
Okay.
As that nail drives itself even further in. Starting to, like, affect vision and would be, like, speech patterns and audio cues, but instead, you're holding together. You're like, stay strong, stay focused. It's all in your mind, man.
Yeah.
All right, he's got disadvantage. He's going to go for a hex on you. It's a 19 or it's a 13.
Oof.
Is it 13 hit?
No.
Okay. So this purple fire starts to kind of open in the ground around you, Shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of appear a little bit behind it as it just incinerates up. And you hear the Ditto kind of cackling. And then the smoke falls and you're still just... And he's like, no.
Nice.
All right, back to you.
Shimmer's gonna is clearly a little shaken.
Mm-hmm. A little shaken, a little stirred.
Can see in her mirror Monty and Titania, like still thinking she's got it. A little bit of words of encouragement. She's gonna go in for another flame charge.
I love it.
Get an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
For 11, 15 damage.
15. Okay. Good Lord, Shimmer outputting the damage. All right. The bayonet, as you slam into it, it becomes bloodied, and its form will begin to shift on its turn.
Okay.
But for now, we have a little bit of curse damage coming at you. 8, the maximum. Rolled 6, 7, 8 on a D8. Look at that. On its turn, it's going to use its action to drop the bayonet form, and instead it just becomes this mass of what looks like bandages and smoke, just kind of wisping through the air. It looks very thick and dense, and there's just one big red eye floating in the middle.
Oh, boy.
It's got these gold bangles all over its hands.
Okay.
As a Dusk Noir appears in front of you.
Dang.
It maintains the same amount of damage that it's taken, but all of its stats, abilities, and everything else will shift over.
Okay.
But that's his whole turn. He's supposed to be a little harder to hit.
Seeing a large target is going to just do an aerial ace for straight up damage.
I love it.
For 3 damage.
Okay.
And then try to get a blink burst action in here for a dex save.
Okay. This guy's pretty good at those. He's got a 17.
Okay, that did succeed, so
Okay.
no damage on that.
Yeah, you blink burst, and you kind of pop through and realize that most of this Ditto is just jam.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of come out of the side, you shake off a little bit of it, and it just kind of pulls back into this big Dusk Noir shape. All right, Shim. A little bit of curse damage. This time it's actually a little bit. It's only 2 this time on that D8. And then this bad boy kind of holds his knuckles out, and a little bit of lightning courses through it. And he's going to go in for a haymaker.
Oh, boy.
That's really good to hit. That's a lot.
Yep.
That's 23.
Yep.
Okay. Shimmer, this one's going to hurt. Probably a lot. We'll find out. 28 points of electric damage.
Yikes.
It's 14 doubled already.
Yeah.
As it kind of just clocks you across the jaw. There's this big creepy smile because it still has Ditto's eyes and like this big goofy grin.
It's like 2 eyes in an eye.
Yeah, like you've got this thing and then there's just the actual eyes down here. It's like any moth ever.
Jeez.
But yeah, he clocks you pretty good, but it's back to you.
All right. They're going to make a strategic switch out to Eunice.
Okay,
No one can take a Thunder Punch.
that's fair. Okay, so Eunice will pop back out. So let's go ahead and we'll roll Eunice in. I'll leave Shimmer on there in case.
Natural 20.
Holy cow. Okay. So, very good. So we call back Shimmer. Eunice, you pop out. There's Dusk Noir. seeing that its quarry has left, also has access to curse.
Okay.
However, he suffers the damage again to inflict you with it. He rolls a 7 on his own. His curse will deal more damage, though. It's a more powerful form. But this guy's showing a lot of wear and tear. Like, you're
Okay.
wearing him down pretty quick.
Okay. We're going to jump right into it with a Thunder Shock.
I love it. Go big.
That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit. Yeah, holy cow.
8 electric damage.
8 electric. Okay. As the electrical fist still sparking, you just call down lightning onto it, and you're just standing there, your tall sheep form, strike right into the top of the Dusk Noir, and a bunch of jam just kind of shoots out the side. We have the end of your turn, Eunice. 6 points of ghost damage courses through your veins. The power of the curse. And then this bad boy sees a little bit of ice on that coat. Sparks up a hand with some fire.
Nice.
We've got elemental punch coming in.
Smart.
This time with fire. 14.
Oh, no. It barely hits.
It hits?
Yeah, had I done my Cotton Guard, it would have missed.
All right. I was like, this guy's got a massive bonus to hit, but I was like, it's a 5 on the die. There's no way.
It's okay.
6, 10, 20. 20 fire. All day. Punches into you, and there's this big burst of, like, smoke. As he collides with your back, the smoke kind of breaks free a bunch of ice crystals, and it shoots out, and you get this beautiful, like,
Nice.
kind of shimmer effect through the smoke. But Eunice, you just kind of... yeah.
All
You're
right.
still going.
Here's the clapback. 7 electric damage.
7 electric on the clapback. All right, Eunice.
All right.
You can do this.
Eunice is going to try to do the new Ice Beam attack.
Okay.
Here we go. No. Only an 11.
An 11 will miss. As you kind of focus in this ice beam on this big target. Eunice, what's something else that could scare you in this moment?
Eunice is afraid of embarrassing herself in combat. So, like, being laughed at for just not bringing it.
Okay. So you fire off a rather impressive ice beam in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It strikes into this still smoking fist of the Dusk Noir and just leaves a puddle on the ground. And it just begins to guffaw at you. Before you suffer 8 points of ghost damage from your curse. This big guy who is laughing so hard at you flings his whole body for an elemental punch. Both fists alight with flame. He's either going to kill you or die trying, maybe both, because there will be a clapback.
It's true.
Natural 1.
Oh, snap.
As he leaps, both fists just kind of swirling up into the air, you're noticing a flaw in the Ditto's design in that it can't actually fly. It must remain tethered to a point. So as it leaps, you hear this as the form kind of dissipates, as it's just Ditto goes to land near you. It will end its turn within 5 feet. There's a chance he just dies.
3 electric.
He had exactly 3 hit points left.
No freaking way.
So as this Ditto flubbers onto your face, Eunice, you just grab it. How do you want to do this? I'm not going to steal your moment.
I mean, this was a pretty... this can't be super epic because the way it played out was not.
Yeah.
So Ditto's going to
Highly
disconnect.
unfortunate. Natural 1.
She's going to be kind of cowering and bracing for this hit and like is going to look up to peek. And as the Ditto falls and kind of turns back into its original form, she'll start to realize that it's not that bad as she goes to like go back to the offensive and then just like because of built up charges goes
I love it. The Ditto's just It just falls like a cooked egg on the ground.
And she's like kind of bummed she didn't make it look cooler. And she's like, oh, that was that. It's over.
Yeah.
Well, the window's gone.
Incredible. All right. Dodging what would have surely been a fatal blow for both of you, more than likely. Eunice, you snatch a victory
Woo!
from the jaws of stalemate.
Crazy. Super close. Everyone could have been knocked out in one hit easy.
Oh yeah, we
Everyone
were
on my
definitely
team.
approaching scary times.
Yes. Everyone would have been knocked out had they been hit in one hit.
Yeah.
That would have been nuts.
Deirdre, seeing your team victorious, will call back to Crispy Ditto. He's a little runny. Call him back. And this time, no smoke, no mirrors. Sort of glide over to you. Like that rollerblading ghost.
Oh, yeah,
the dance phantom.
Yes. The
Who
dance
just gets on
phantom.
Heelys somehow and
So
flies away
amazing.
with Garrett.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somebody out there will get that reference. They always do. But she will sort of just hover over to you. Welcome back.
Squawk.
We remember your fears.
Mm,
You've grown stronger.
yes.
Here is your Aether badge. And she'll just kind of lob up with 2 fingers a little marble of cloudy black. And it just sort of hovers over to you and stops right in front of your beak.
He will pick it up with his talon and not his mouth. Spooky. And the team is excited. They're celebrating, not as raucous as they normally do, because this was a pretty close match. Shimmer, Moonraker, and Eunice are a little beat up. But they'll all kind of just in a celebratory, like 1, 2, 3, go team, and put it in together around Monty.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go team. Deirdre will kind of get low and just sort of compress. Just look towards Monty. And the limbs kind of exaggerate a bit.
Mm-hmm.
You still don't see a face.
Okay.
It's just a mouth speaking out from like long white hair.
Okay.
That black shroud just sort of covering the rest of her. You've grown in many ways, little crow. You and your friends, when last you darkened my doorstep. So much fear, so much potential. For a boy to fear the intellect of gods, to now wield it, and a little crow, so afraid of childhood bullies, now bestowing power. The world is in good hands.
And over the course of those words, he'll kind of like perk up and straighten up and be like, yes, you're right. And thematically, again, with the badge going in and helping reduce fear, be like, yes, accurate.
Fitting for the second inhuman victor to be you, little crow.
And can Monty insight to see if she means Wymond?
It's
I don't know if he could ask.
You could try.
But he might inspect the surroundings to see if there's any glowing algae remnants of the shoes.
Give me an investigation check. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
6.
Yeah, no. If you took like a black light in here, you might find like some residues, ectoplasm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll assume.
Little crow, I'll be in touch. Soon enough. We can tell 6 of 7 port jacks. Defeated and dismantled. left in the desert.
Yikes. All right. Well, he'll take all that internally and give his heartiest crow attempt at a thanks again. And thanks! And
I love it.
they will walk out proud as a unit and go rejoin the others.
Okay. As we step out of the Newtry Gym, Derby, Gustavo,
Yes.
and Wesley.
Yes.
A single unit comprised of 3 contributing individuals.
Yeah.
A collective.
Yeah.
This company is employee owned. And Arjan
Yeah.
seeking out the 3Bs
Yes.
Trading Co.
Yes.
This operation has grown slightly.
Oh, nice. Good
Ever
for
so
them.
slightly.
Okay.
They now have an 8-foot table instead of a 6-foot table.
Good for them, man.
They've got
Extenders.
that same kind of like drop box of coins and a whole variety of honies.
Okay.
We had a lot of honey last time you guys were here. There's a whole bunch of it now. Just kind of in various different arrays. The bees look very tired. They look a little frazzled, as much as bees can.
Okay.
But they seem to be just kind of chilling. But up in a tree above is this very abnormal looking honeycomb structure. And sort of plugged into it are a bunch of like additional comb bees. Some comb beesies.
Nice.
Just kind of chilling in the tree.
Okay.
Just waiting. They seem to be there for backup or extra support or an extra set of wings or like an extra balancing platform for their little hexagonal heads.
Okay. Well, Arjan, knowing and kind of having been debriefed that this gym is a spooky, scary gym and could leave those that participated in an unfun mental state, is going to shop at the 3B stand, and he is going to approach and say, "Hello, shopkeepers. I am here to get some honey to cook with."
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Honey, 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 honey. Cook.
Yes. So I'm looking for 2 specific kinds of honeys. I'm looking for your jar of your thickest honey with the least amount of viscosity, like it almost difficult to get out of the jar thickness.
Unrefined.
Yes.
Unrefined. Raw, pure honey.
Yes, I would like a jar of that, and one that is perhaps on the opposite end and a little more subtle.
Subtle syrup. Subtle syrup.
Yes.
Syrup. Subtle.
Perfect.
Honey.
Yes.
Bye.
Honey. Yes.
A couple of these bees will just start moving various jars over to you.
And Arjan will hand each of the Diglets a third of the coin payment so that they could all go what, and pop up and put the money in the thing for 3 separate.
Yeah, they're the little pill bugs from Bug's Life.
Well, for 3 separate cling clangs into the money box.
Ting, 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 ting. Okay. Lovely.
And we'll say thank you. Do you know?
Welcome. Thank you. You. Thanks.
Yes. Support small business.
Bees.
Do you know, are there trees nearby that have fruit or apples?
Fruit trees with fruit with trees, yes, fruit.
Yes.
Fruit trees, yes. Go east. Fruit trees east.
Arjan,
On the reserve.
Arjan will look to Atticus and say, can you bring us back just 1 apple each or whatever you 2 can carry?
They go. Yep.
And he'll send them off on their way and let them know that they're where they're going to be cooking.
Okay.
And he's going to be near the lift and pulley systems that Neek was repairing back in the day when we met him.
Yeah.
And near the Hootie Hoot Inn.
Welcome back to the Hootie Hoot Inn, everybody.
And we're going to set up some cooking while we wait. So we're going to be making a large meal and a dessert. So we're going to go see if there's a shop nearby and any kind of meat that's available, whether it be like a Pokemon-friendly ham or a fish or even if it's like ground beef, whatever meat is available. We have a plan for just about any kind of meat you could throw.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you are still north of where Mayburn used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Mayburn was a farm and produce location. It's feasible. You might have some like Tiger King ham truck meat available. A couple weeks past prime, maybe.
Okay.
But still usable.
Okay. So
It's the weirdest analogy I've made in a while.
okay. So then we're gonna take that, or some of it, and we're gonna take the pieces of it that look the most edible.
Yeah.
And Arjan is gonna cut that up into like smaller chunks. So if like this is whatever, if we're using Tiger King analogy, you got a big steak and some of this looks bad, but this chunk looks good, he'll take that out.
Yeah.
And get a bunch of meat together. And while he's doing that, he's gonna ask the Diglets to we're going to take that super thick honey out. He'll heat it a little bit if he needs to get it out. And he's going to clean their feet and have them stomp it out a little bit. And then have them make like a circular area they can go in. He'll lay down some like parchment paper or something and have them run it just run in a circle and start to like spin it into taffy. And as it like spins up, he'll stick a stick in and make like little honey lollipops.
That's amazing. I'm not even mad. That's amazing. Okay. Yeah, done. Sold. They make the derbies all run around in a circle.
Kind of like a Diglett operated cotton candy machine.
Yeah, and they just start stretching out into some taffy. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful image.
So they'll do that.
Little lollipops for everybody.
Yeah, until that's done. And then once they're done with that and Arjan is finished like cutting up all the meat, he is going to teach the Diglets in a little cooking class to do what they do with Mud Bomb, but with the little meat and make little meatballs. And so they're just going to make a bunch of little meatballs out of the meat that was available and mixed together.
When the moon hits your eye. I love it. I love it so much. All right. The derbies. Gustavo picks it up pretty quick. He's like, yes, of course. Spheres.
Yes.
The perfect shape. The ultimate form. Wesley keeps making mud bombs. And is like this.
Yes.
And Gustavo's like, yeah.
But with meat.
With the meat, bro. You got to use the meat. Wesley's like, what are you talking about? I'm making a ball. He said make a ball. He goes, no, he said make a meatball. Derby's like, boys, relax. We're making meatballs.
Making meatballs.
They're making meatballs.
Yes. And then they'll keep prepping that until that is done and or Atticus returns.
Okay. Atticus.
Yes.
You are on a search.
Yes.
A quest.
Yes.
For the juiciest, most scrumptious apple.
Yes.
Would love an investigation and or a nature check.
Okay.
From the both of you.
All right. It's 2d10s, right?
It is 2d10s.
Yes.
Yes, they cannot critically fail.
5 for what? Sorry, investigation.
Investigation or nature?
So 6.
6. Okay. You fly off into the reserve.
Yes.
You're looking around for a good long while.
Yeah.
And then you spot it.
Mm-hmm.
The single greatest apple you've ever seen.
Nice.
It's, dare I say, beautiful.
Okay.
It's shining. It's glimmering.
Okay.
On the edge of this tree branch.
Okay.
And you flitter out there. You kind of put all your talons around it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has these two little green eyes that fold
geez.
up and look at each of you. Excuse me.
Sorry.
This one's occupied.
Our bad.
They kind of fold back inside as the little apple folds back, and you're like, the apples are alive. Apples are alive.
Oops.
Having a crisis of faith. We'll give you one more shot to find an unoccupied apple. Come on, boys.
17.
That's a lot better. Okay. A little ways away, you find a non-living apple tree. There's no flapples or appletons or whatever the other one is.
Applin.
Applin, that's the one that I couldn't remember. The one I was describing. It's perfect. You find a little bushel. They're like little mini apples. They're almost like crab apples. But you just grab enough that you can carry. And you each kind of take a little bushel. And you hold one end of each. And then you each hold like the middle bit. So you kind of like carry them together.
Okay.
You fly back towards Arjan.
All right.
Apples acquired.
So they will fly that back. And Arjan will go, perfect. Thank you. And he is going to cut up the apple. And he will keep 2 slices. He'll break one in half. Atticus can share the one piece into 2.
Heck
and then split another one for the Diglets. And then in teaching them, hey, one for the chef. Because the other team's not going to get apples. We're using this for something else.
Oh!
So enjoy a little tasty treat.
They're like, this is great. Is this why you cook all the time? You just get to pick what you eat?
Yes.
Everyone's like,
It's
yeah.
true. And he is going to take the rest of the apple and some of that more syrup honey and make like an apple honey glaze that we will put on the meatballs in a little bit.
Oh, I should have eaten before we did this. Ooh, that sounds good. All right. Preparations well underway.
Yes. And
some of your friends emerge
all right. And
from the Newtry Gym. I say some, all of your friends.
Yes.
And no one got lost inside.
So they come out and it's everyone looks relatively positive. So Arjan's like, okay, I think they succeeded again. And Arjan requests Shimmer's assistance in this case, and just say, "Hey, did the fights go well?" And Shimmer will be like, "It was a close one, but we remain undefeated." And Arjan is like, "That is awesome! Way to go, gang!" I do want to ask something of you though, because while I can produce fire and cook things, I've noticed you have this really neat ability, and I want to see how that affects the cooking process. So he's going to ask Shimmer to blink burst through the meat to see if like
cook it inside?
Yeah, like do that and give it a go and see what happens.
Gordon Ramsay wishes. You cooking challenged fool.
He is going to prep the rest of the team to be on the receiving end in case the meatballs go flying, so they can try to all catch them.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case. Precautionary.
Okay. Just in case the meatballs go flying.
Yes.
All right. Shimmer, go ahead and roll me some damage for Blink Burst.
Okay.
And we'll just see. We'll see if the meatballs go flying or if this is like a reasonable
6
display.
Double threes.
Double threes. Okay, a couple of the meatballs do in fact go flying. And the squad just kind of holds their bodies out. They're like just blocking shots like crazy, left, right, and center. Your niece just lobs up with the little ball tail, bats it back down into the dish, and they're all like perfectly seared.
Nice. Well
As
done.
Shimmer lands, shakes a little bit, and some like a meat residue flies off the side. She's like, gross. I was in the food.
And then with some bread that they will have acquired at some point.
Easy enough.
He will, with Violet's help, cut the bread into little sandwich size things and serve up some apple honey meatball sliders. Everyone gets a sandwich. They can enjoy the meal, and then they're going to camp here tonight because they want to be flying to Etiola and fighting there at like peak sun, so it's the least cold.
Smart.
So we're going to camp here tonight and set up a little spot, perhaps up top in the tree, maybe near the Hootie Hoot Inn, and just hang out as a team as everyone is going to be eating their honey taffy lollipop. And as kind of like the sun is setting, Howell kind of feels something because things have been going on at the mound where his spirit is. And it's like it may be flashes of something, or I don't know, but some connection is being affected here, and he is going to let out a howl at the sunset, and everyone's going to be feeling good. Eunice and Shimmer are going to kind of shake any after effects of that curse that happened during the gym, shake out those negative thoughts, and Monty will take this opportunity to share with the team what he learned last time and say, everyone, we've got one gym left, and then we're going to go meet Milo in Hillmouth. And you kind of see the team is excited, but some of them are kind of like, I hope this pans out, and like I hope he's there. And he's going to say, as we've been traveling, there's something about our growth as a team, our experiences, and this feather, for those of you that can fly, know that it has the power to increase our flight abilities. It allows Milo, and in a way, for us to sense each other, and I can feel he's out west, and he's making his way towards us to meet us there. And I can see he's traveling with Howell, and I thought it was maybe just something in my head that I was wishing to see, but hearing what he just did, now I know it to be true. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Titania, for all your efforts so far in this mission. We've got one left to go. We got this. Let's close it out. Let's be undefeated. Let's go, team. And they'll all be kind of amped up. Titania, too, will just nod at Monty and help celebrate with everyone and pick up the little ones as like Atticus and the Derbies and Moonraker to a degree are still on like the smaller side. So like she'll keep everyone kind of up together, and they'll just have a great evening into a nice long rest to prep for the final challenge.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to look at this. Okay. For the coming battle, after that rousing speech from Monty, that uproarious howl from Howell, your whole team is emboldened. For the next 24 hours, roll me 2d10. Just for the next 24 hours, I want you to roll those dice forever.
Huh?
I'm just messing with you. Roll 2d10.
Okay.
It's like the way I phrased it the first time sounded like I wanted you to roll your dice for a day.
I want to roll two very specific dice because they represent the journey. 18, a 10, and an 8.
Okay. So I'm going to count that meal and that speech as the D&D spell Hero's Feast.
Okay.
I want just to note somewhere, because it will jack up everything, I think. Your whole team, their hit points for the next 24 hours are increased by 18. As they taste of this delicious dish, hand prepared with love and care by the team chef. They're riding the high of Newtry Gym. They've got one more to go. They know that Milo's nearby. They know he's okay. They're emboldened. They're feeling good.
Nice. Love it.
Arjan,
Yes.
concurrent with that, Your intelligence increases yet again to 14.
Nice.
And your charisma to 13.
Woo-hoo.
As you have now instructed others in the culinary arts,
Cool.
get a little bit more of a growth spurt. Nothing physical this time. You just feel a little more sure of yourself. You're like, you know what? I know what I'm doing. And then you flourish your cape and your top hat. and you trot away. But with that being said, Ediola on the horizon.
Yeah.
You guys take up residence in the Hootie Hoot Inn for the night
Yes.
with one gym remaining. That's where we're going to end this one. And we'll pick it up next time we see Monty and the crew. It's going to be them emboldened by their hero's feast, taking on the Ediola gym, a gym that Milo elected not to take part in and even really not to observe. So Joel knows not a lot about this upcoming one.
It's true. That's why I said the last one was the final one that they could prepare to a degree for.
Yeah. So we'll see you for what I hope will be the grand finale of the Monty Gym circuit. But until then, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Emboldened by Arjan's masterful feast, the flock prepares for their final gym challenge, one that may prove far more challenging for them than all prior gyms. If you enjoyed this episode of Boarding Party, please consider leaving a like on the video to show your support. If you'd like to see more of the Tots and stay up to date on the Laris region, why not subscribe to the channel? If you'd like to help us out in other ways, you can follow the links in this video's description box to our Patreon. From there, you can join the discussions in our Discord server, or check out the post-show, Still Rolling, get a recap of every session with myself and the crew. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about Monty's Newtry Gym Challenge, and how you think they'll fare in Ediola. We'll catch you next week as the Tater Tots start cashing in on Milo's negotiations for power with the Scions.